What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about holsters, right? And today we're also going to be discussing something that I don't normally get or carry with, but why I wanted to get it, what it is, and honestly, I am very, very impressed as I've been starting to get more and more stuff like that. But before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. The whole point of this channel over here is to find stuff that a lot of people might like that you usually won't hear about, right? So tons of parts, base plates, holsters, optics, sights, all sorts of things. Because there's so much good stuff out there, but nowadays it's all about what company can send which person the most money and have them advertise for them. So a lot of these smaller companies that are out there, lots of them that I've put on this channel, are absolutely awesome. They're just not as big. That doesn't mean they're not as good. It just means they're not as big, not as popular yet. So let's go ahead and get into it. Normally how I carry is, inside the waistband, normally appendix. I carry 3-4 o'clock sometimes, but it's mainly always appendix when I'm not pocket carrying. For work, I have to pocket carry, so 55 to 60 hours per week, I have a pistol in my pocket. The second I leave my job, though, it goes into an inside the waistband holster, or I even switch over to my larger firearms, because obviously for pocket carry, I need something relatively small, right? But this is typically what I go with. I always go with the discreet carry clips. Although what I keep pointing out to people is I love this holster. I absolutely love the red carbon fiber. I like the minimalist look to it. This is from Blacksmith Tactical. You can use code SPN for 10% off. They have wedges, awesome clips, awesome prints, awesome holsters. But anyways, like I was saying, I typically go with 2 clips. This one was an early on one that I picked out. I should have went with 2, which I'll show you in a second. And then also with shorter barreled firearms, 3.7 inches and below. So Hellcat Pro, typically I still use a wedge. Glock 43X, I still use a wedge. CZ-P10S, still use a wedge. 3.7 inches and below, I typically use a wedge. Now, what the wedge does is it pushes that firearm close up against your body, right? So, obviously, the firearms are safety checked and cleared. We're not messing around with a firearm with a, round in the chamber. But as you can see right here, it's in. Now, normally, if you have a short barrel, the firearm tends to keel or flop over outward, right? Causing you to print, especially in this area. When you throw a wedge on it, it offsets that and pushes it up against your body. Now, this one's from Blacksmith Tactical. It's very comfortable, and these are very affordable. And what's nice about them is it changes your carry experience. You have no printing. You can use a wedge with any handgun, and you will have 0 printing, and it's pretty comfortable. So that's why I go with a wedge. So something like this is dang near perfect. This is the V2 holster, double discreet carry clips, a claw. And this does have a wedge, but it has their original wedge. They don't make this wedge anymore, but I still make it work. And this is my go-to setup. I absolutely love this. Like I said, code SPN for 10% off. This is the V2 holster. This is the only holster I buy nowadays, the V2. I believe they're all cut for an optic, but I could be wrong. They have awesome prints. But if you want to save money, just get a black holster with double discreet carry clips, a claw, and the $6 wedge or whatever it is. It's awesome. Now, let's go ahead and check out why we are actually here. The Glock 39 is not something I carry very often. It's something I take to the range and shoot. And actually, I have been carrying it a little bit more than normal because I've brought it up in some videos and that whole situation where I got a $300 Glock 39 brand new out of the box. Not this one, but my other one. So I'm like, you know what? I need to start finding nice holsters for it. For me, something like this, not a very relevant round, even though 45 GAP, Glock auto pistol, will drop anybody just like anything else, right? It's like 45 ACP plus P. And if you actually speak to law enforcement who used it, people who truly have used this round in life or death experiences, they love it. They stand by it. Go watch my videos on Glock 39 and look at the law enforcement officers in the comments. Now, say what you want about them, but they actually use their firearms. Unlike 99.9% of us, which is a good thing, but they use their firearms and they get to see what these rounds actually do. And they say Glock 45 or the Glock, not the 39, obviously, the 38 or the 37 in 45 GAP were great handguns. So absolutely still an awesome round. Now you can find defensive rounds all over the internet. You can even find them at one of my local gun stores. Do I recommend buying this? Of course not. But it's still a fun piece of history for me, being a firearm made by Glock with a round made by Glock, right? So really, really cool piece of history. So I wanted to go something classic, and I got this. Now this holster is an absolute beast. This is the Don Hume, as you can see right there. And I got it from Vintage Gun Leather today, right? And the reason why I went with it is very little people have holsters for the Glock 39. Look, same exact size as the Glock 26, except for that slide. So all the companies make for the 26, 27, 33, and 28, but they forget about the 39 having the same exact frame, same exact internals, just having a wider frame. So it's very hard to find, you know, a holster for it, right? Check this out. It doesn't work. It does work in this one because this one has an open top, but that's very rare to find, right? So I went with leather, and oh my goodness, am I happy with my choice. Like I said, I don't carry this the most, but this thing is beautiful. I almost have it fully broken in, and man, do I love this thing. It is smooth for a leather holster, very clean, awesome retention. I don't mind soft loops. I actually took it self-defense or a defensive pistol class with soft loops on a holster, and I was actually very impressed by how they worked, actually, right? And real quick, I just want to show you what a 45 GAP round looks like. This is 45 GAP. This is a nasty round. As you can see, this right here is a double tap, 165 grain, and out of a Glock 38, which this is obviously a 39, out of a Glock 38, it gets 525 foot-pounds of energy. Absolutely a beast. So if I throw a little bit longer barrel, we are now talking about a foot-pound energy that would actually cause shock to the body and basically render them useless, which is a good thing for self-defense because the person cannot keep attacking. But check out this beautiful, classic leather holster. I mean, I love this thing. Now, this is a little flimsy here, but not a big deal. I like that flimsy because then it's not stiff on your body. It can move with your body and the shape. For this, I will probably be carrying 3 o'clock, maybe some appendix, but it's a little bit bulkier. You know, it is what it is, leather, maybe a little bit hotter, but I'm definitely going to be carrying this 3 o'clock. I'm newer to leather holsters. What I like about it is the craftsmanship, the time it takes. It's the same thing for Kydex, but just there's nothing wrong with a nice leather holster. They're clean, they're smooth, they look cool, and they're old-fashioned. Actually goes pretty well with, you know, the handguns that you see here. But absolutely love this thing. Just thought I'd, you know, point it out. You guys are always looking for options and different models of holsters and stuff like that, because not everyone just wants a Kydex holster with a plastic clip. Some people want leather, some people want a hybrid, some people want something that goes in your pocket. There's all sorts of things. Now, I haven't checked out the rest of their holsters. I simply was just looking for one for my Glock 39, and man, do I like this. And I'm also guessing that, as you can see how it's cut out up top, you can fit a Glock 37 and a Glock 38 in this. So if I ever got my hands on a Glock 38 or 37, I can still use this holster as well. Now let's check it out with the Glock 26, see if that will still work, even with that width on the slide. Actually, it's pretty decent. It's a little looser than the 39, obviously, but I definitely could, especially now that it's going to be in your waistband and your body's going to be pressing up against it. I could throw my Glock 19, my Glock 23, my Glock 27, my Glock 33, my Glock 28. I mean, I could keep going, my Glock 45. All of those holsters, or all those firearms, would work in this one holster because they left it open-ended. Absolutely love this thing. Super cool. And another thing I wanted to point out, the reason why I have this on here, this is not a paid advertisement at all. But it's really cool because you can send in your old leather holsters and accessories for cash or store credit. So I'm assuming, you know, if you have anything you don't use anymore, you got a new firearm, new pickup, they'll take a good portion off of your order or whatever the case may be. Actually pretty cool. And this is where I got it from. Just thought I'd point it out to you guys. Like I said, not a paid advertisement, just a good quality product that I'm actually going to use. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.